Objects of a preposition. So far in all of these grammar lessons for the parts of the sentence, we've been talking about all the things that can't come inside a prepositional phrase. Well, there is a name for the noun that is in the prepositional phrase, object of a preposition. So, prepositional phrases always begin with a preposition, and they always end in a noun. And when we're looking for parts of the sentence, that noun at the end of the prepositional phrase is called the object of the preposition. By the way, you can tell by the word object of the preposition that it's going to use object pronouns like me, you, her, him, it, us, them, whom. It's not going to use the subject pronouns. Okay. Subjects, direct objects, and indirect objects may not come inside the prepositional phrase. The only parts of the sentence that can come in a prep phrase, objects of the preposition. So, when you tackle a new sentence, make sure that you follow the same pattern over and over again. First, find the prepositional phrase. So far, we've been talking about crossing them out. If crossing them out makes you feel bad because you're wiping them out, you can always put little brackets around them. But that noun inside the prepositional phrase, that's the object of the preposition. Then you're free to label the rest of the stuff. Find the subject, find the verb that the subject's doing. If it's an action verb, then ask yourself who receives the action, that's the direct object. And then if there's someone that receives that direct object, that's the indirect object. Notice that we find the prepositional phrases first. So of all these things to label, if you're going to label one first, object to the preposition. So if you're identifying a prepositional phrase, and you know a prepositional phrase begins with a preposition and ends in the object of the preposition, you can imagine how important it is that you know your prepositions. So take a moment, review the list of prepositions. You might even pause it and say the list out loud 5 or 6 times, but just know that we spent some time studying prepositions in the first quarter with when we were studying the parts of the speech. Well, that didn't go away. That was just training for this. We still need to know our prepositions. Now let's do some practice. In class, I always take notes. What's the prepositional phrase? In class. So class is the object of the preposition. My friend asks me for a copy of my notes. Well, let's look for those prepositions that'll let us know where the prepositional phrases are. For a copy of my notes. So copy and notes are OPs, objects of the preposition. I never give her my notes. Hey, no prepositional phrases, so there's no object of the preposition. She never gives anything from her lunch to me. From her lunch and to me are prepositional phrases, so lunch and me are OPs, objects of the preposition. Since 4th grade, she has sat near me. That's a big long sentence, but if you take out the prepositional phrases, it's a lot more simple. Since 4th grade and near me. So grade and me are OPs, and the only thing left, she has sat. That's a much easier sentence to deal with when you're finding all the rest of the parts of the sentence. But since and near are difficult prepositions, so you really need to know those prepositions to identify the prepositional phrases. My mom drives her and me everywhere. No prepositional phrases, no OPs, but notice that that compound direct object, her and me, that's gonna be a little tricky. She did not give me a present for my birthday last year. For my birthday is a prepositional phrase, so birthday is the OP. Last year is just an adverb telling when it happened. So don't include last year in your prepositional phrase. Remember, a prepositional phrase has to end in the noun, the OP. And lastly, maybe she does not like me very much. No prepositional phrases, don't get distracted by those adverbs, so there's no OPs. Following will be some more examples. So when you see the sentences, pause it, look for the prepositional phrases, find those objects of the preposition, and then when you hit play again, the answers will appear and you can check your progress.